Gaku versus Uzuki. Um, no extra stuff. Uzuki and base. I'm judging.
Outlaw
any other
Truth.
Makoto is, but I have Makoto blocked for some reason. But you cool with just one judge, Haram?
Yeah, I don't mind. Sure.
Okay. But to say if you want another, I don't really feel like letting anybody.
Alright, for sure.
But,
I can start whenever.
Yeah.
So you want to start scaling, or you want me to start?
I can start scaling. Actually, you can start while I look for scans because I don't have them ready, but it's fine. Quick question though. Truth, are there any specific rules or no?
No, not particularly.
Manga only?
Yeah, manga and
Manga only.
and into the manga stuff only.
Yeah,
Oh,
manga
well,
only
but,
because
so
the
there
anime
won't be-
scaling is different.
So there won't be anything. So no anime, manga only. Y'all want guides too? If y'all have any, or y'all got
No,
guide
yes.
equivalents?
I
No
think I have
spurging.
them, but I might ask you if I don't have some.
Yeah, no spurging, obviously, just some calm shit.
Let's definitely try to make this shit go quickly, Zane, because I definitely don't want to sit here and argue for 4 hours straight. That would be really ass. Send your scans and evidence chat. Everybody else in the VC, if you want to type, comment on anything, please don't do it in evidence chat. That way our scans don't get hidden or pushed up too high.
Fuck it, you will be banned if you do.
I better try. I was thinking the same thing.
So if there's any trolls, just know what you're gonna do. And I'm checking logs. Fuck that. Even
So
if
you would-
leave that shit at light
you would
speed,
ban me?
Yep.
Damn.
No, I'm just playing with you. You good.
So, you cool with me starting? You said you said you're looking for scans.
I got my scans actually, but you can start if you want.
Okay. So we're doing the Gaku that was fighting Takamura, right? Okay. In the 40s or in the 50s, right?
Yeah, chapter 56.
Okay. So are you aware that he scales below Takamura? You cool with that?
Yeah, he lost some.
Okay. He gets hit by him. He gets his arm cut off. He gets his ear cut off, some fingers, and he's dead ass running from him because he doesn't want to fight him. He's terrified.
Yeah. Gets blitzed, perception blitzed, killed.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So he's completely below Takamura. Are you aware that Uzuki not only reacts to him, but he's also able to grab Gaku and pull him away before Takamura's slash can hit Gaku?
Show me the panel you're talking about, but I know what you're talking about. I just want to see the panel.
Okay. Check evidence. You see evidence, right? So yeah. He even speaks to him first, and then he's able to pull him out of the way.
Yeah, I just have one issue with this though. I think that Takamura holds back often in character, so I think it's difficult to quantify Takamura's power in almost all of the fight scenes he's
You
in.
think he holds back often?
Very often.
When does he hold back, while swinging his sword to kill people?
Yeah, he holds back in some senses because he's swinging his sword at Gaku, and he only cuts off his fingers. He doesn't go for a lethal blow. He goes for attacks that
Gaku
people
moves
dodge
his head.
sometimes that he's blitzing.
Gaku moves his head.
Yeah, but he also goes for blows that people dodge that he's blitzing at other points during the fight, so I don't really
does
think
what?
that matters.
He does what? What does he do?
When he's fighting some people like Sakamoto, for example, he swings at people who he can blitz, we see him blitz on screen, but then they avoid the attacks because I think he's just holding back.
When do we see him blitz Sakamoto?
He blitzes him really badly when they're in the museum. He gets kicked out of the museum, and also need the panel for this. And when he gets kicked out of the museum, he's sent hundreds of feet out of the museum. He gets back into the museum through the hole that he was kicked out of. The hole that was left when he was kicked out of the museum. He gets directly behind Sakamoto within an arm's reach, and then just
And Sakamoto
immediately
reacts.
swings his sword at him, and then Sakamoto
Yeah.
jumps above. But the reason why I think that that is a blitz is because Sakamoto is trying to avoid getting killed by this guy. So the fact that
Which he does.
dodged directly after he got that close to him seems to imply that he just couldn't do that beforehand. He didn't have that physical capability.
That doesn't make sense. When
That
Takamura
does.
jumps at him, he's just standing there. There's no reason for Sakamoto to dodge.
You don't think I should dodge an attack before it comes close to me? You think I should wait?
Could y'all send the
I
scans?
don't think you should.
Yeah, I'll send the scans too, actually.
I can't.
It's just like a terrible blitz.
All right. Yeah, I didn't say send the scans to go silent. I can continue arguing.
No, I sent them
This
and I
is
talked
chapter.
about them.
This is chapter like 157, right?
164.
Whoa, 150, I'm those fucking way off. Holy shit. Oh. So yeah, you're talking about when he jumps at him.
Mm-hmm.
And how are you going to relate? Even if you think this is a blitz, like I don't have to accept it as one. But even if you think this is, how do you relate that to how fast he swings his sword?
How fast he swings his sword? I mean, you think I can just jump
Yeah.
hundreds of feet and move my entire body like a much greater distance than it would take for me to move my arm slightly and to swing my blade? You think that wouldn't like correlate and imply
someone
like
could be capable
there's
of jumping faster than they can swing their sword. Yes,
yeah
that's not ridiculous.
That's possible, yes, but I don't think that's probable. Hello?
Okay, you can think that, but you introduced this. If you don't give reason why it's ridiculous for him to be able to jump at a speed beyond how fast he can swing his sword, then it doesn't matter. But this is your scale. Like you brought this up.
Yeah, I mean, you could look at like real life, for example. In real life, people don't have that type of capability. You could also
Can I
talk
give you an
about
example real
how.
quick?
Give you an example? I don't have an example on hand.
Takamura loses an arm and picks it up and puts it back on. In real life, people can't cut off their arms, pick them up, and put them back on.
Yeah,
So
but
I don't really care.
that's explicitly a supernatural ability. I think that in supernatural stories, like fictional stories, what we'll typically
Yeah.
see is that it'll reflect real life unless explicitly or implicitly shown otherwise. So for you to just say, okay, you showed me one difference, which was supernatural, I don't think that goes against
One?
what the usual should be.
Okay, let me give you hundreds more. You know when Takamura slices that bus in half that the order was writing in?
Uh-huh.
Let me just give you all the examples. Yeah, that's a supernatural feat. That's nothing like real life. In real life, people can't cut buses in half with swords. This big slash he does in the first skin I sent.
Excuse
he
me?
dead ass. What?
This is a red herring. This isn't relevant to what I just said. You're showing me things which are
Wait, hold on.
explicitly supernatural.
What can I? Specifically, you told me I gave you one example of him doing things that that aren't congruent with real life, and I just gave you two more, and you said they're a red herring.
You're not listening to what I'm saying. I'm not saying that supernatural things don't happen in this fictional story. I agree with that. What I don't agree with is that this specific supernatural thing, which is the ability to jump hundreds of feet, and that speed is much greater than the speed at which you could grab
You
your blade
demonstrate
and
this
then
is
swing
hundreds
your
of feet?
sword.
Can you even demonstrate that? You keep saying hundreds.
It doesn't
Sure that.
specifically need to be hundreds of feet. All that you need to know is that it's a very great distance. I'm just saying hundreds of feet so that it just sounds like a great distance. Okay? If I get kicked out of a museum and then I get kicked onto the street into a bus and then I jump back through that same
Yeah.
hole and go to the person who just kicked me, I'm obviously traveling probably tens of persons bare minimum to get back into the museum. And that's obviously more
Yeah.
than one arm's length.
Yeah. And what's wrong with his muscles being so strong in his legs that he can jump at greater speeds than he can swing his arms? Well, what's ridiculous about that?
Okay, the reason why I think that's ridiculous, and I'm going to explain this again. In real life, that is something that does not typically happen. Fictional stories typically capture real life, okay? Now,
Can you,
if that's...
actually prove that? Show me that.
Are you going to ask me for an additional argument when I'm trying to explain the previous argument to you? Can I finish my
evidence
arguments,
of the thing
please?
you just said. You just made a claim.
I made a previous claim, though. Let me explain my previous claim before you ask me to prove another claim.
Well, if you're gonna claim stack, I'm gonna want evidence for them. I don't want it to get lost.
I didn't claim stack. I made one argument. You already heard the argument. Now you're asking an additional question about the argument, which was already presented.
Well, yeah, you said something earlier I wanted evidence for, and you're justifying that with this new claim. So give evidence for it.
It isn't a new claim. This is a claim that was already made. Outlaw Truth, can I literally just finish talking about this argument? And then I can prove the other burden when he's done questioning it.
Go ahead.
Okay. So, in real life, typically, people do not have such great leg strength in comparison to their arms and how fast they can accelerate their body parts, the other body parts other than the legs, to where you can jump hundreds of feet or tens of people in width before you can even like swing a singular sword at a comparable or superior speed. Like, and given that, I think that typically in real life, the things that happen in real life are not going to be different in a fictional story unless we see explicitly or implicitly otherwise. So because of this, I don't think that this character likely has this capability.
Okay. Are you done?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, bet. And you said this happens with the Takamura shit where he gets behind him. This is 164?
Yes, chapter 164. Can we pause for a second? I want to turn on my lights.
All right, bet. I'm just gonna send these 2 scans. Let me know when I can talk.
Okay, ready?
I actually, baller's funny, but
Hello, I'm here.
wait, hello?
I'm here. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, my bad. I don't know what the fuck my shit was doing. But anyways, I don't think you've sufficiently justified that everything I said earlier was a red herring in your words, and it proves that this thing in particular is just completely different than all the other supernatural things I brought up. I don't think you justified that, but if you think you did, cool. But the scans I just sent, this is Sakamoto having or not being able to react from your perspective, you know, because it's a blitz, what you said. Takamura gets behind him. Sakamoto doesn't react, and Takamura successfully takes his back. But then the moment he swings his blade, Sakamoto can now react. So I think this alone, I don't even need any more evidence in this, proves that yes, Takamura can jump faster because Sakamoto can't react to the jump, but he can react to the sword swing.
Okay, you know that this is a begging the question fallacy, right? Because the claim which is in question is that Sakamoto is able to not react to the sword, no, not the sword, but the massive jump, but he is capable of reacting to the sword swing. You cannot use the feat in question to justify the actual thing in question. You have to give me a new proposition.
What am I using
because
this in
this does
question?
not
What are you
tell me
talking about?
anything. You are literally
What are you
using the
talking
feat
about?
to justify it. I am telling you
Using
that I
what
disagree
feat?
with the
What
interpretation of the
feat?
feat. The
What
feat
feat?
of Sakamoto avoiding Takamura's sword slash. You cannot use that to justify the thing in question being that the jump is way faster than the sword swing.
Okay, I'm sorry. Do you think he's holding back this sword swing?
Yes.
Okay, you know, like right before this, they say, or it's either right before or after, the same shit. They say like he's an unstoppable like killing machine, and all he cares about is just ending threats for the JA.
They can state that, yes, but they just mean that he doesn't actually have like a level of holy shit, that was a bad way of phrasing it. His level of power is so great to where they can't stop him, okay? And he's a killing machine that doesn't have any brakes, but we literally see that he does have brakes, though. We see that he does not kill people in opportunities where he can kill them, such as the Gaku example. So I don't really care about that statement because it doesn't correspond to what Takamura does in the story.
The Gaku example?
Yes. He could have killed
Where
Gaku,
he
but he
cuts his
chooses
ear?
not to.
Gaku moves his head. I told you that earlier. But also another response to the begging the question shit. I just realized what you were talking about. Obviously, I was saying this like assuming that I won the prior point, so that's not a question big. Like I think I've slammed you and all the stuff before this. So obviously, I'm gonna move on thinking that. So not a question big. But what
Hold
about the
on.
Gaku shit again?
Hold on, I already talked about the Sakamoto thing, but we'll talk about the Gaku thing now. With the Gaku thing, when he has the opportunity to cut off Gaku's arm, he could have gone for a fatal blow, but he does not go for a fatal blow in this opportunity in which he can inflict a fatal blow. So this gives me the belief that this guy does not kill people automatically in character, which makes sense
Wait,
because
prove
we
that.
see when he
Prove that.
fights, he has opportunities
Prove
to
that.
kill people, but he holds out on that.
Wait, prove that.
Okay, sure, I got you. I'll send you the panel and talk about it.
Yeah, prove he could have went for a fatal blow and also not have taken damage from the stick right in his face about to hit him.
I wrote out chain scale in chat. I'm gonna ping you with the chain scale. I'm not trying to shotgun. I just wrote it out because Troy asked.
Understood, buddy. Understood. I didn't even know you put this chain in chat. Put it in evidence next time. I had no idea about this shit.
I just put it in now. I'll just put it in evidence if you want. Don't mind.
This is gonna be when you scale, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you planning on responding to what I said, or?
Yeah, I was just grabbing a panel. I just sent you a panel. So if you'll see here, this guy is swinging his pole at fucking Takamura. Takamura is able to go directly in front of this guy, cut off his arm while he's swinging the blade, and then avoid getting attacked by the hammer, actually, not a blade. He doesn't even get hit by it. So if he has that capability...
Wait, would you say start over, please?
Okay. So this guy is using a pole. He's using the staff, okay? He is attacking Takamura. Takamura cuts off his arm while this guy is attacking and then doesn't get hit by the attack, okay? If this is true, given the length of his blade, he can literally just cut Gaku in half instead of just avoiding the attack and cutting off his arm there. So he could have just killed him there. He just chose not to.
He can cut him in half. I'm confused. What are you talking about?
Okay. His sword is long enough to cut him in half. He cuts off his arm.
I'm talking about specifically from this angle.
Okay, what's your issue with this angle then?
Like, are you saying he could like put the blade over his head and like drop down, cut Gaku in half? Are you talking about?
No, I deadass just think he could have just swung directly in his center and then just cut him in half. That's what I think.
Oh, but that would have taken longer to reach like that part of Gaku's body. So he would have gotten hit in the face with the pole. If he just cuts his arm off, he doesn't take any damage, and he's still strong enough and fast enough to beat Gaku.
Prove it would have taken longer. I don't agree with that.
Because Gaku's body's farther away than his arm, nigga. What do you mean? Show that.
Yeah, but
you
that
can
also
see his arm is outstretched.
Yes, but that also assumes that the centering of Gaku in relation to Takamura actually makes it so Takamura can't just slash directly at his center to cut him in half, which I don't have any motive to believe in that.
He might be able to do that, but he'll get hit in the face with the pole.
He avoided the pole when the pole was already coming towards him. So why is that a relevant difference?
He avoided it because he went with this style of defense, which is cutting off the thing that's about to hit him. Your style is going to require him reaching further back and possibly getting hit in the face with this pole, which I'm saying he doesn't want to do. He doesn't have to do that. He can just cut his arm off and then attack him later, which is what he tries to do.
Okay, this is another begging the question fallacy. You are saying it's farther. Why is it farther? Prove that.
I already told you that Gaku's arm is closer to him. He's reaching out.
Prove
his
it's
stomach
closer.
has to be further away than his arm. His stomach can't be closer to Takamura if he's reaching out his arm to hit him.
Oh, well, in that case...
You think Gaku's already so close that he can hit him, but he's reaching out for no reason?
Oh, well, no, that's fine. I actually agree with that. But if he can just cut off his arm in that instance, then there's no reason why afterwards he can't just swing at the chest or just swing at the arm and then continue to slash towards the body and then just cut this guy severely to kill him. There's no issue with that.
He can't do what?
He avoids the attack and he cuts off his arm. So there's no reason why in this instance he can't just cut off the arm, cut the arm severely, and then just cut the body, or avoid the attack and then just stab him in a lethal area, a fatal area, like the heart.
So you're saying cut off the arm and then follow it up with a bunch of body attacks?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, for one, Takamura always, when he can, will sheathe his blade again I used to have a theory that the nigga might use his sheath to like sharpen his blade or some shit because he dead ass just always sheathed it again. But that doesn't even matter. He just does that in character. And then the other attacks you're talking about, he is planning on attacking him again. Do you know what happens after this?
What happens after this?
Takamura is standing there. He turns around and like to continue fighting. He turns himself around, but Gaku kicks his arm at the nigga, so it just pushes him back. So he was planning on following up. He just wasn't able to because Gaku made a move.
He wasn't able to. Yeah, I would ask you to prove that, but I'm just going to debunk that. If I have such great speed to where I can just avoid your attack and cut your arm off, then I have the speed to continuously avoid your attacks. So that being the case, I could just cut your body up and kill you there before you could use your leg to kick your cut off arm towards me and then send me backwards.
Prove he's fast enough to turn around, like pop 180, catch up to a Gaku that's still flying away from him, and cut his body up completely before Gaku can do anything.
Gaku also did a 180. He also turned around and he moved his leg, which is harder to move than the arm because it's heavier. Okay?
That doesn't attack what I just said at all.
No, that does attack. That does attack what you just said. For one, because
it's on recording.
I'm not. On recording. Can you let me finish talking? For one, it shows that this Gaku thing actually requires more movement from Gaku when we've already established that Takamura was faster in that instance than Gaku. Okay, so he could have continuously attacked them and done more attacks. Beyond that, what he could have done is literally just after cutting off the arm, he doesn't have to do a 180. He could just literally attack him continuously before dashing even further than that. And also, when we're talking about this thing, this guy being close to him, he has to grab his other arm to pick up the weapon he already lost. I'm giving a response. What are you talking about? Just because you can't understand the response.
That's not what I said. I said, can you stop shotgunning? Can I respond?
I'm not shotgunning. I'm trying to make my argument.
You made like 3 claims.
I'm not really making that much claims. You asked me to prove something. I made my first claim. I'm just going to make my second one. I've only made one so far.
Okay, so you're about to shotgun me. Okay, can I respond?
Shotgun? Wait, 2 is a shotgun? You want to talk about that? I don't agree with that.
Okay. Hey, moderator, judge, do you agree 2 is a shotgun bare minimum?
All right, cool. Are we doing this?
Do you agree?
Yeah, I mean, yes.
Okay, I'm not doing it.
Okay, if that's the case, then this guy's already shotgunned multiple times. You want me to just explain why I don't think that's a shotgun and why we can move on with that?
Nigga, stop. Nigga, a shotgun is over what he can handle. He's making it clear he can't handle that much. Just don't make multiple claims. Stop being a weirdo, nigga. Let's keep debating.
If he can't handle it, I understand that. What I'll just do is I'll literally write down both of my points. You can talk about the first one, then we'll talk about the second one.
I mean, it's not like it's not fair. If you think he's doing more claims than you can handle, you say the same thing as well.
Say you can call it out, nigga. You just didn't. Don't turn this weird.
No, but you can't just claim any single amount of arguments that someone makes is automatically a shotgun. It's obvious. Wait, relax. I just want to talk. I understand you disagree, but let me explain to you why I disagree, and let me make my case for you.
Wait, Detroit, I want to hear his understanding of a shotgun.
Okay, my understanding as a shotgun is like if Infinity, for example, because Infinity is someone who does this a lot, says, okay, so in response to why you said that this person actually blitzed this person, it could be the case that their equilibrium is messed up, it could be the case that their footing is messed up, it could be the case that they don't actually have a good understanding of the opponent's combat style, it could be the case that they actually just had like a random like leg injury in the middle of the fight.
But what I'm more asking is like, what's the qualification for you? Like,
well,
what makes the qualification?
Well, the qualification is like somewhat arbitrary, but the way that we could do this in a way that makes sense is because for the sake of this debate, because I understand that it's an arbitrary thing, I can make my 2 arguments. I will say both of them to him. I will write them down, and I will let him respond to them one by one. Is that fair?
Yeah, but it's better to just make them one by one. That's the point. Like, the point is more so that like a shotgun is just more than 1 point to the point where the opponent can't handle it. It's not arbitrary. It's more so, but it's less so arbitrary than it's subjective. Like that's what we're saying. Like your shotgun might not be the same as his shotgun. So him saying that 2 points is too much for him, that would be a shotgun.
Bro, why do you have such an issue that you can't spam shit? Just say one.
Yeah, whatever you say, whatever you're about to say right now, whatever point you're about to say right now,
I'm not
and
trying
after
to be
this,
here all night, nigga. I'm just
you just say the other one directly after. Like literally, just directly.
You can't just do one claim. Shit. Pissing me the fuck off, nigga.
All right, Troy, shut up. No one cares.
You're lucky gobbling it up. I don't know why the fuck you're like reacting like this.
Fuck
Relax.
you, nigga. I'll ban you. Stop playing with me.
Bro, please.
Then I
Troy.
don't
Why are
give a
you
fuck about
crashing
this
out
shit.
because I made two
Look, get the
claims?
fuck
What
out.
the
Bro,
fuck are
alright,
you
please
talking
stop
about?
talking.
You better
Relax.
continue your shit before you go, nigga. Stop
Okay,
playing. I
moderator,
don't give
can
a
we
fuck who
mute
you
that
is.
person
Yeah,
so we can
bro.
talk?
Okay,
Hey, Troy.
Mute me, he
we can
gone.
continue, Zane.
I'm not
We can
gonna mute
continue.
you. Just shut the fuck
Do it.
up.
Okay.
Okay, well,
So,
Yeah, one
hold
more
on.
time to get sidetracked,
Last thing I'm
nigga,
gonna
you
say.
out of
Last thing I'm gonna say. I would prefer if I could just do my points first and then write them down and do it that way. But if you
You
want to
can
do
write
the
them
other,
down.
if
But
you
just
want to
don't
do
say them to him.
no, but I'm okay. What I'm saying though is like if I want to make a couple arguments. And I don't know, I might forget them after I
Okay,
make like the first
yeah,
one.
you're right.
I think it might be
Right,
an
right,
issue.
right.
But if you prefer the
No,
other way,
you-
I can
you
do that
can-
too.
well, you can
You can
say
no wait,
one.
real quick. Yeah, I was gonna say you can say as many arguments as you want. He's only obligated to answer one. He's established that his threshold is one. So I'm not gonna make him
one
answer
at a
more
time.
than
That's fine. I agree.
Okay.
So
Could've
let's talk
been
about the
here,
Gaku
bitch.
turning around for a kick thing.
Okay. I don't think any of this stuff you said addressed what I said. So, like your response, I don't think it addressed me at all. So, I truly don't think it matters. What else you got?
Well, the second point is literally just okay. So the guy lost his arm. The actual length of your leg is larger than that, not larger, but it's greater than that of someone's arm, for example, their arms. So if I just cut off your arm, what I can do in that instance is I can use my lesser amount of something in like I don't know, like width or height or whatever the fuck it's called. I can use my arm because it's obviously like smaller than your leg and it's shorter than your leg, and I can attack you again before you can turn around and kick that arm at me to attack me. I know he sheaves his blade after some of his attacks. I think that's more of like some samurai thing because this guy's literally like a samurai, but I don't even think that's too relevant to the whole thing. It's pretty much that even if he does this, he still has this capability to attack first before Gaku can, and he doesn't kill him in this opportunity where he has the ability to. I'm gonna bring up more instance later on, but we can just talk about this now.
Okay. Once again, I don't think anything you just said addressed me. Truth, just to make sure, because I mean, it turned into niggas getting mad at him for trying to shotgun. So I don't know if you remember what I said. Do you remember when I asked him to prove that before Gaku can just turn around and kick it, Takamura can pop 180, speed up, catch up to Gaku because he's still flying away, and then like cut him up before he can do anything? Remember I asked him to prove that?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't think anything you just said addresses Takamura covering all the distance and popping 180 before Gaku can just turn around. But I mean, if you think what you said addresses that, then we don't have to talk about that anymore.
I'm not gonna really make too much more of like a point off of that, but just so that we're like aware, speed is distance over time. I'm saying that like if the I guess like length and width of your limb is smaller than another limb, then you really only have to cover less of distance. Well, not the distance, sorry, because that wouldn't make any sense. Okay, distance over time. So the actual relevance there is more so that like if the body part, the leg, in this case instead of the arm, weighs more, it's going to take longer to travel. That's obviously something that's true. You could literally stand up in real life right now and throw a kick in comparison to like a jab. You'll literally see that the kick is slower. So, given that, I just think that Gaku's kick is probably going to be slower than this guy's sword slash, which involves his arms, because you know obviously the movement of the arms is something that's going to take less time than that of the legs, and he's already shown that he's faster than Gaku's movement of his arms. And I've also said before, I'm just reiterating this, that he doesn't have to dash all the way beyond him like that. He could be a little bit closer to him after cutting off the arm, and then just cut him up again.
Gaku's still flying away though, so that would still require him being able to turn around and like cover whatever distance has been created because Gaku's still moving. But also, can you prove that? Because I agree, like for me and maybe you too, I can definitely punch faster than I can kick. But for someone who is trained to kick, whether it be because they do kickboxing, Muay Thai, whatever, they could just have faster kicks. Especially if they kick way more often than they punch. You know, they've trained these muscles better and they're more experienced with this style of attack. So can you demonstrate that Gaku can't just kick faster than he can punch? I don't think it's too relevant, but I would like to hear the reason for that.
Well, I wasn't specifically talking about punches because Gaku swings with a weapon. I was more so talking about our movements in general. But Gaku himself does even do punches. So if he's training both of them, we see that he uses these attacks on character, and he does train. I think it's easy to put two and two together to say he's probably going to train them. If he's already established off of his actions.
Yeah, I agree. He trains them, definitely.
Yeah,
I agree.
yeah.
I don't know which he trains more. That's what I'm getting at. Like, he's obviously can punch hard as fuck. I would never say he can't punch fast and hard. But I'm saying I don't know which he trains more. You seem to know because you made the claim. So I was just asking for the justification. But if that's it, then I mean we can move on.
Okay. I'll make 2 points in response to that. I don't want to make too much, so I'll just do the first more important one that I care about.
You said the first one what?
Okay. No. I'm just saying I'm going to make 2, but I'm going to talk about the first one now because I think it's more important.
Okay. Niggas typing a lot, damn. Also, are you absolutely sure that you're gonna scale? Or were you wanting to do like if you beat my scale and you win, that type of deal? We can do either, but
I want to have a long debate. I'm going to scale. Let's do the whole thing.
Okay. Jesus. It's gonna make this shit long as fuck. It's already been 30 minutes.
Okay.
Do you though, bro? Do you?
Yeah, I mean, if your point is that his kicks could be faster, I would just say that it's kind of ridiculous to say that this guy's in like a life-threatening situation where he's getting like his body parts cut the fuck up and he's running for his life. Yet he constantly goes for like swings instead of kicks if his kicks are faster. I think that's kind of crazy.
His kicks can be faster. I don't know how much faster they are than him. Fuck, I was looking at something. I don't know how much faster his kicks would be than him swinging his little mace. But the trade-off, even if him swinging his mace is slower, is not only that he gets a big-ass, like, blunt object that can bash people's heads in, but he also has a ranged blast he can shoot at niggas, which gives him the long-range capabilities, and it also allows him, like, torch people's faces. Like, the one guy who punches him into the bathroom, he shoots that nigga in the face with the blast and, like, burns his head up. You know, easy method of killing somebody without exerting too much effort. So there's like a fair trade-off with that, I think. So that would make up for any speed disparity. But he's also swinging that with 2 arms.
I can't really explain this, but Gaku doesn't really use blast when fighting Takamura, so maybe there's some like drawback to using the blast, which makes it not really worth it. So I guess we can just disregard the blast thing if like you accept that line of reasoning, because I just don't think like it's something he's going to do in that fight.
I thought you were talking about like just in general what Gaku does. You were just specifically saying it would make sense for him to do this like pole attack if he can kick faster?
Well, no, I'm going to talk about the blast, then I'm going to talk about the swinging with the pole, but I just want to talk about the blast first, like the actual like benefits to using this pole with his arms instead of using just his legs to fight, or mostly his legs.
Okay.
Okay, do you just like agree at that point then, since I've given the line of reasoning, like he's not going to use the blast against Takamura?
Well, he can't right now. The mace is destroyed. That wasn't really what I was getting at, though. I was just saying, if you think that him swinging the mace is slower, I'm saying even if it is, he gets a trade-off. So that's why he would still do it.
I mean, okay, I forgot about the mace being destroyed, so that point was kind of like irrelevant, but what I'll just say now then is that this guy's willing to kick objects, like he's already shown he's willing to kick his arm if he loses his arm. I just see no reason why he wouldn't just kick the staff at him and then just start kicking the guy or punching the guy.
Kick the staff at him?
Yeah, I think it would be better.
The staff is like clasped in his severed arm. That would take extra time.
No, I meant before, like, losing the arm. Like, before.
Oh, well, I don't know. I don't know what this material is made of, but I'm sure you'd agree, Gaku using his body to carry it to him is probably going to be more effective than him just kicking a fucking stick at the nigga from across the room. Like, he's just going to lose all his momentum and get finessed.
Yeah, well, the issue is with that though. If this guy's already demonstrated, like Takamura has demonstrated that this guy is like way faster than him when he's using the mace, like in close quarters, using the mace isn't really that good of an idea. He's just gonna get outsped and destroyed by Takamura. Then what I think would probably be better would be to just kick the mace to distract Takamura and then try to like off guard him with a punch, since he's also a martial artist that's good with his punches.
I don't even know what you're arguing at this point. For one, I don't think Gaku is some like crazy brilliant strategist. That's why Nagamo was able to outsmart the fuck out of him when they battle. Gaku's more just a power guy, meathead, real strong nigga. He thinks fighting is a game. So I don't care about like what you think is the most efficient route. I don't think Gaku's ever shown that he's that type of fighter anyway. But I don't even think this shit matters that much. Like, do you even remember why you brought this up?
Well, the reason why I brought this up was just to justify that his kicks aren't going to be much faster or relevantly faster than his arm movements. And you just saying that, okay, he doesn't really show that he's that type of fighter. Well, I'm using the fact that he doesn't perform these actions as justification for why I think that the kicks aren't that fast. You just saying, I don't think he's that type of fighter, so he's not going to do it. That kind of just assumes like a different interpretation. So that doesn't really go against what I'm saying. You got like there isn't really any reasoning for that.
Yeah. So, what did you just send me? What is this?
No, I sent you something by mistake. I was trying to DM someone else. Sorry.
Okay. Like I already explained, like why he's carrying the stick to Takamura. I remember I was like, he's not gonna kick it. It wouldn't make sense. I already explained that. Any other situations where you're like, well, he's not kicking, he's attacking with some other method, that will be addressed by what I said earlier about the mace. Mace gives him more range, has the blast, deals more damage than a punch or a kick. So that would be the reason for that. I think we've stuck on this long enough, not gonna lie.
The rest of my scaling is pretty simple. I'm going to make one final point for this. I don't want to drag this on. Then we can just literally go to the rest of my scaling, and it'll probably take like 10 minutes max, because it's not like long scaling. Okay, I mean, knowledge of training effectiveness would just say that you should train both your arms and your legs. You know what a push-pull routine is? Like athletes do it. There's a bunch of routines that you do like when you're training, which are really effective. And the Sakamoto Days verse actually takes place in like modern, like real life. So they probably have this type of information.
What, that athletes train specific ways and they're thinking they have to abide by that?
They don't have to abide by it, but given that this is like some knowledge that's accessible, like this is the best way to become like a good fighter, I would think that Gaku would probably just use this like knowledge to train so that his like arms are like on a good level in comparison to the legs.
I disagree. I don't know how familiar you are with like UFC, but I'm pretty sure like all of those niggas have things that they're good at, whether it be punches or kicks, that they're better at than the other things. Like there are some niggas in UFC that are just known for their kicking power. Their punches don't even hold a candle. There's some niggas that are better at submitting people. Some niggas better at like suplexing you on the ground because they're just strong as shit. I think people play to their strengths, and if this is a specific way you fight, it would make the most sense to train this thing the most, as to ensure that the specific part of you that makes you a powerhouse, makes you so effective, is at its best.
I mean, I'm not
I don't
really.
think they give a fuck about sports, not gonna lie.
I don't really look at like UFC shit like that, but I mean, I guess could you just like show me the UFC shit you're talking about, and then give me a reason why, like specifically, the reason why they're better at that stuff is just because they're playing towards their strengths. Like they actually just have like some special thing about them which makes them strong in those areas, and not just like okay they trained and then this is just like a consequence of their training for some weird reason. Like okay maybe their like biology is like that.
Yeah, either one of those lead to my conclusion. If you want to say Gaku trains both equally, but just ended up with better kicks, that still helps me. So I don't really care. So whichever one you want to go with, we can move on.
Well, him having better kicks, I would assume the reason why people would have better kicks is because of their biology. But if you look at Gaku's build, this guy doesn't have massive legs. Like his legs aren't like some crazy thing. I assume those UFC fighters have like massive thighs, massive calves, Like, I would assume that would probably be the reason why. So I kind of want to see a motive as to why the guy should take that interpretation over the interpretation that those things are just comparable.
Yeah, no. So the most important thing when generating force with a kick or a punch isn't just being big. It's your technique. It's how well you can throw out this specific type of attack. That's why if you went to the gym right now and just trained every day for a year and got jacked, a nigga who's been boxing for 20 years would still beat the dog shit out of you, even if he's smaller. Because he knows how to throw punches, you don't. Size has nothing to do with anything.
Well, I don't have much of a concern about knowledge because I'm pretty confident that Gaku does have good knowledge and he is a good martial artist. Literally, like, when Nagamo is fighting Gaku, he says, "Do you like Bruce Lee?" Because he's looking how this guy fights. Like, he has really good dexterity, sorry. He has really good martial arts skills. So that's why he's, like, saying that type of stuff. Because Bruce Lee is a fighter that has very good martial arts knowledge. He's one of the best martial artists, according to consensus. So that's why, like, this guy thinks, okay, this guy's really good. It's not that I agree with you, no. I'm saying that if he's this competent, he probably has the skill. So if he has the skill, I don't think that there is, like, some actual thing which is going to make him more superior in the aspect of his leg force from the kicks in comparison to, like, the punching or the swinging of the blade. Not the blade, but the staff. So because of that, I think it would probably be because of body composition, but his body doesn't seem really that crazy. So because of that, I'm more motivated towards believing that Gaku just doesn't have that crazy of, like, leg force when he's kicking in comparison to the arms.
What chapter does Nagamo fight the niggas? 150 something? Or is it
151. I send you evidence in evidence.
151. This statement comes from 151?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. He thinks he's Bruce Lee because of the 1-inch punch. That has nothing to do with what I said. That has nothing to do with what you said. You said body composition. You're looking at this like from an overall perspective. The 1-inch punch is something that was popularized by Bruce Lee.
No,
it was either created by him and popularized by him or just popularized by him.
Wait, excuse me. You're missing what I'm saying.
It was created by him.
Okay, yeah. There you go.
Yeah, I'm not really saying, like, okay, he's using the 1-inch punch and that's crazy because of his body composition. I'm saying that this guy has shown good combat skill, so I think he does have good expertise with these things, but his body composition isn't crazy, which is the other thing that you would look at if it's not the skill which makes your kicks good. And if his body composition isn't, like, crazy to where his legs are overly big in comparison to the arms, then I think that they're probably going to be comparable in how effective they are in combat.
Actually, do you want to look at a picture of Gaku with his fucking shirt off? His legs are pretty big, ain't gonna lie. I don't think.
I mean, yeah, let's look at that. Actually,
we see
that's kind of
that
interesting.
with his clothes off.
Like after he gets, like, killed by, well, not killed, but stabbed a lot by Nagamo. Let's look at that. Yeah, kind of interested.
That's not even the skin I was talking about, but I mean, you can go grab that one. Oh shit, his pants are on. This nigga got some big ass feet.
Check evidence. Here's like front pic. There's, like, other pics too of the front.
But I mean, you know Bruce Lee's known for his kicking power, right? Do you disagree with that?
Yeah, but I'm gonna drop the whole Bruce Lee shit and just say that the inspiration is just off of the 1-inch punch stuff. It's not because he did anything crazy with his kicks.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be that, but I'm just asking, are you aware that Bruce Lee is known for crazy kicking power?
Probably.
Just in general.
I don't know about crazier than the arms, though.
This is what he looks like.
Mm-hmm.
So it has nothing to do with size, which is what you were getting at.
Yeah, it's technique. I understand.
This is what this nigga looks like.
Yeah, but you also have to realize that Bruce Lee's in, like, the 50s, dude. Like, people don't really have knowledge about, like, martial arts and stuff like that. There's been a lot of years that have gone by since Bruce Lee was this really good martial artist. I would hope that people would have figured out how to, like, get to the level at which Bruce Lee was at this point.
Yeah, I don't think that has... For money, I don't think I could ever figure out how that has anything to do with what I said, but you want to move past that?
You want me to explain it, or you just want to move past it?
Nope. If you think that addressed me, we can move on. Like I said, I'm trying to speed this up. It's been 43 minutes.
You don't want to look at Gaku's legs either, right?
No. I think the Bruce Lee example, fine. Like, I don't care how big his legs are. It was just to show that somebody's legs can be smaller if not around the same size, but they still kick hard. And you were like, yeah, I agree. Technique plays a big factor. But my scale, just to be clear, was to say Gaku can't do anything to Takamura.
Wait,
Uzuki
quick question.
can.
I'm sorry to interrupt you, but like just one last thing for the prior point. Are you fine if just agreeing that Gaku's legs aren't that crazy in comparison to his arms? Like his build is fine. Like more like a Bruce Lee type thing.
I don't know what you mean by that crazy, but sure.
Like look at Bruce Lee, you see how his arms aren't like overly larger than the legs or the legs overly larger than the arms. It's like a standard build. It's like an athlete type build, not a
I don't think you
bodybuilder type
proved
build.
that mattered, so I don't care. Just whatever. Bro.
You agreed to that for the debate. You want me to just give the rest of my chain scale now, since I know you want to give your scaling? It's kind of just simple for the rest.
Well, we started with my scaling. I'm just making sure you understand what I was trying to get at. Like Takamura to Uzuki over Gaku. Or sorry, Takamura. He's over,
we started
Uzuki over Gaku to
Go
Takamura.
ahead.
Fuck. I haven't given it a chain scale in a minute. But yeah, you got it?
Okay, Takamura over Gaku to what?
Fucking Uzuki to Takamura over Gaku. That was what my scale was.
Uzuki to relative Takamura over Gaku. Okay.
And then there's also. Let me send this statement before we you know Gaku, like you agreed in the beginning he's terrified of Takamura, but you know he thinks that he tells Uzuki to like jump in and help him, implying that he thinks Uzuki's beyond him.
Not necessarily.
You know about
It
that?
could just be additional help can like do better. If he's already getting his ass beat, why not just even the odds with like more stuff?
No, he specifically tells Uzuki to show his stuff. His stuff would be like lessened if Gaku was helping. You want me to send you this game?
No, I think you could say in a casual conversation, show us your stuff, boss, as in like show off, let's fight with this, let me fight with you and let's go fight this guy. Let me see what you're capable of. I think that's fine. I don't see why I should be motivated to believe that it's your interpretation of the scan.
Gaku doesn't want to fight Takamura.
Well, neither does Uzuki, I'm sure, but it's either you fight or you die.
Yeah, so Gaku doesn't want to fight him. Fuck, my brother calling me. Gaku doesn't want to fight him, and he's telling Uzuki to jump in. So it can't be that it's like a conjunctive thing. He wants Uzuki to jump in, and he wouldn't be telling him to jump in and fight this guy if he didn't think he was at least at the bare minimum above him. Because he knows he can't do anything to him.
It could also just be that he believes in like a 2v1 they might have better odds and they might be able to win, which would be my interpretation.
Yeah. Okay, I think I just explained why it's not a 2v1. But
Well, he wants to leave.
yeah, I guess you could scale now.
Okay, well, I guess I'll respond to what you said. I know he wants to leave, right?
Already
But I'm
did.
sure Uzuki also wants to leave. But it's like, will Takamura let them leave? You know, Takamura was about to like attack Uzuki, and part of the reason why they got away is because one of their guys, Mr. Uda, literally suicide bombed Takamura, which gave them an opportunity to escape.
Yeah, that ended up being the reason they got away, yes.
So, if you think that's the reason why they got away, do you just think that like Takamura would have killed them otherwise?
No, I think that was just the reason they got away, because it would have self-destructed.
Okay. I mean, if that's the case, really, then I don't really see why it should be your interpretation, because Takamura was literally chasing these guys down. I don't know if he would have let them escape in a normal circumstance without Uda. So I just don't see the motive for why I should take your interpretation of, okay, it's just this thing of Uzuki's going to fight this guy one-on-one and they're going to go relative. I don't agree with that, no.
I didn't say that. You want me to explain it again?
I mean, I'm pretty sure that's what you said, but you can try to explain it again, yeah.
Okay. So Gaku's been running away from Takamura pretty much this entire time. He wants nothing to do with him. I mean, when he first burst through the wall, he's like, forget it. He thinks that Takamura is this freaky old dude who he can't defeat. So we know he doesn't want to participate in the battle. He then tells Uzuki, step in, show us your stuff. So he wants Uzuki to jump in. I don't think he would be doing that if he thought Uzuki was either his level or lower, because, I mean, Gaku at his level can't do anything, and then obviously anybody weaker than Gaku wouldn't be able to do anything. So due to the fact that he wants him to jump in, it would have to be because he's either above him, like by a small amount, or by a lot. Either way, it leads to the same conclusion for me.
I mean, I already gave the counter interpretation of a jumping type thing, but I mean, we can agree to disagree on like who won that.
With the jumping shit, bro, like Gaku's getting negged by Takamura, so it's like the jumping shit wouldn't even matter because Gaku's like a complete non-factor in the battle. It would be like your 2-year-old cousin trying to help somebody fight you. Your 2-year-old cousin can do nothing to you, so them being there matters not at all.
Okay,
I don't even think your jumping argument, like I don't.
Okay, I want you to prove then that the jumping wouldn't actually be like successful enough to where they could turn the tides of battle. I want you to prove that because I think that's very arbitrary.
We see people above Gaku or on his level later and more, all doing nothing to Takamura. So I think
maybe
that was
that's
super
because they
random
just don't understand Takamura. I think Takamura bitches all
and
of them
Gaku
at the
does?
same time too. No, they just deadass don't know how strong he is because Takamura's holding back. That's my interpretation.
Okay, so I fulfilled my burden, though, right?
Wait,
what I said?
Yeah. Can I give a critique of like your scale before like we're done with your scale?
Okay.
It's stated in the data book or the fan book, I guess, that like Slur Uzuki has comparable combat power to Slim Sakamoto, and we obviously know Slim Sakamoto just got completely bitched and destroyed by Takamura.
That's the power to Slim Sakamoto.
Yeah, it's stated that they're relative, like they have comparable combat power. So if that's the case, then they probably just had like incorrect. They had an incorrect understanding. I'll show you the statement because you just said when. I'll show it to you. Yeah. So if that's the case, they probably just have like a misunderstanding of how strong this guy actually is. Because realistically, off of what the offer has said and the feats, he really has no chance against Takamura. So they're just completely wrong in this assessment.
Who's completely wrong? What are you talking about?
Well, it would be Gaku under the belief, like the steelman of your interpretation, but I don't accept your interpretation. I'm just saying there's an issue with it.
Even if he's wrong, like even if Takamura is beyond whatever he thinks he's at, he still wants Uzuki to do something. So he still thinks Uzuki's stronger than him, regardless.
Stronger than him? Okay, I mean, we could just agree to disagree on that front. So we could just move on to my scaling now.
Yeah, go ahead, scale.
Okay, so where did I write my scale? It's
are you sure you got a scale, bro?
Yeah, I got a scale. You agree. I'll send you the scan real quick. Gaku has a stronger kick than Osaragi.
Can you tell me why you have to scale?
I just like debating, bro.
I say let him scale.
Okay. He's the judge. If he wants to listen to it, I definitely don't. But go ahead, bro.
Okay, yeah, Gaku has a stronger kick than Osaragi.
Yeah, what Mafuyu says his kick was heavier. What chapter is this?
This is chapter 50. No, it's not 50. It's in like the 100s. No, I got it confused with the chapter where Gaku actually fights like Takamura. Hold on.
I found this in the 140s.
I'll just look this up.
I don't know when their statement is, though, but they're fighting in the 140s.
Fuyu versus Osaragi chapter. Okay, no, 144. Okay, let me look at it. Yeah.
I just told you.
Yeah, but I mean, more specifically.
You thought I was lying?
No, I didn't think you were lying. I just wanted to get like to the specific like 140 type chapter.
Well, no, I was on it. That's why I said it's in the 140s. I'm on 144.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I don't think Osaragi's giving it her all in this battle.
That wouldn't make any sense. She has orders to kill like any intruders, and he's literally a terrorist. He's trying to blow up the museum.
Yeah, she can do that without giving it her all. I say that because Mafuyu like lands a kick on her, and then she speeds up and can just blitz that nigga with a punch.
Blitzes him with a punch. Can you show me the feed? Yeah. I know I keep interrupting you. That's my mistake. Let me see real quick.
Because for one, the kick that lands that he thinks isn't heavy, we can't see where that nigga's arms are positioned, so he could have blocked this. We don't know. We can't go off that. But this is him landing his kick on her. He like kicks her into this miniature building. Then she punches this nigga in the face. We see the punch connect to his face. I'm about to say nose. Blood shoots out of his nose. And then she follows it up with a kick that he doesn't react to.
Well, for the arms thing, we can probably agree on this based off of the positioning. He probably blocked in his center, and she kicked directly in his center over like his two arms, which were like positioned there to block the kick. So we can actually scale off of that. And for the blitz thing, I don't think that's a blitz. I think people in combat can tag each other without it being a blitz. If we go under like that random punch being a blitz, then we could say that Mafuyu blitzed her, which wouldn't make any sense.
Well, by blitz, I just mean outspeed. I'm saying that this punch or this kick outsped. That's all I mean.
I mean, she could have been slightly faster the whole time. I don't know if I would even agree with that. But beyond that, what I would say was, like, how would that even prove anything for your scaling? Like, she's faster. Did she get even faster in the feet of the punch than the previous fight?
She's holding back. So the point is, she's not giving it her all. Her kick isn't as heavy as Gaku's. That can be the answer to that.
I mean, you didn't really explain that, but do you just mean like the kick doesn't do that much, but the punch just takes him out? So that's why it would be like stronger or something? What do you mean then?
No. It was the fact that Mafuyu can land attacks, then she speeds up later and can just outspeed him completely. So at one point, she wasn't giving it her all. And I'm saying that kick can fall under that. When she's not giving it her all, that's why it's not as heavy as Gaku's.
Why do you think it's a complete outspeed? Like, what's your basis for that?
The punch landing?
I agree it lands. Why is it a massive outspeed?
I don't care. I don't know what you define as massive. He can't do anything about it. He can't throw up his arm. He can't lean back, duck. He can't do anything about it. She completely outspeeds the nigga.
I mean, if you're not going to define what a massive outspeed is, then you don't really have any comparison. You don't have a chance, because you don't have a quantifier.
You the qualities that I care
but
about.
Beyond that, what do you mean he can't do that? What makes you think that? He's literally rushing towards her, and he's probably going for his own attacks too. That he couldn't block, avoid, throw up his own attack to counterattack, do anything against the attack. That's what you just said.
Yeah, we see it.
We see that he gets hit. That doesn't prove he couldn't do anything.
So you think he let the punch hit him?
No, but maybe he was trying to punch her, and then based off of the way that she fought,
see that his arms aren't thrown up. His arms are like at his side, like behind him. He's not throwing a punch.
No. What do you mean it's behind him? What makes you think that?
Okay. Let me send the scan again. And not like behind him, like he's like reaching for something that somebody's handing him like from his back or some shit, but like behind him in the sense that he's leaning forward, so his arms would be like down, like back. And even if they aren't, they're like at his side. If he was throwing a punch, we'd be able to see his arms.
Maybe he's throwing a punch below where his head is, like a downward punch. No, not a downward punch, but a punch which is down, which is going upward. If he could do anything to stop her from hitting him...
Repeat yourself.
Hold on, I'm just responding to something someone said in chat. If he could do anything to stop her from hitting him, why wouldn't he do that? The reason for that is literally all the time in fights, people are relative, but based off of the way that they do fight, they get hit because one person will land an attack from an angle that they don't predict, or they're already moving in a certain direction, so they're under inertia, and then the other person is throwing a punch at them while evading their attack. So at that point, they just get hit. But that doesn't necessarily go to say that one person is way faster than the other. No. I'm gonna talk to you now because I was just responding to something someone said in evidence. But I mean, what exactly was your question? Sorry.
I don't think him preparing a punch like stops him from being able to duck. Like you can right now throw a punch while ducking. I don't even know how that shit addresses me, nigga.
Yeah, but the point is, though, if you're under inertia, your body's going to move in a specific motion forward, okay? So now you have to make additional effort to pull your body backwards, okay? You know when a car slows down, for example, I can give you an example of this. When a car is slowing down, the way it slows down is the wheels are moving in reverse to slow down the acceleration of the car. Now, this is also how it can work in a fight, but if you're already under inertia, as in you're moving forward at a specific speed, it takes time to slow down, so it might be harder to avoid something.
Wait, prove Mafu throws punches ever. Prove that.
I didn't make the claim that he threw punches ever. You're the one who claimed that she just completely outsped him and just beat him the fuck up.
Yeah,
and
your reasoning,
I don't have
for,
to prove that he threw a punch, but as long as it's possible that he threw a punch, then you don't actually have like any motive provided, which should make anyone believe in your scale over mine. No, you don't.
No. You claimed that he's doing something that prevents him from being able to dodge effectively.
He's under inertia, yes, I can prove that, but I never made the claim that he's throwing a punch.
So that means he's initiating an attack. We know it's not a kick because
you can be under inertia without without throwing an attack. What are you talking about? When you move forward, you're under inertia. Do you know how inertia works? Inertia says that when objects are in motion, they stay in motion unless acted upon from some other thing to push them away.
If he's not throwing an attack, you think he's just walking forward for no reason while saying, I can do this? What is he saying he could do? Walk forward and touch her and do nothing?
I didn't say he's not throwing an attack. He could be throwing an attack. He could be trying to evade her attack to go for a counter attack. There's a lot of things he could be doing. I'm not willing to make a claim on what he's going for, but I don't automatically think he got completely outsped here. No.
Okay, so you said one thing just now that matters. He could be throwing an attack. You can't prove he ever punches, so you can't be saying that. His legs are on the ground. He just threw a kick and put his leg back on the ground. We can see that his legs are on the ground. And then the thing you said about evading, that helps me. So you guys have no route.
We see that his legs are on the ground after. That doesn't talk about the panel before. And beyond that, do you not know what a possibility is?
If he was lifting his legs up, he would be leaning backwards. He can't be leaning forward, but also have his leg high enough to throw out any sort of effective
kick. You can lean forward and then throw a kick, which would send you backwards. There's no issue with that. But however, I'm going to address something you said earlier. You said that I have to prove that this guy threw a punch because I said it's possible that he could have thrown a punch. Do you not know what possibility means? Possibility just means that there's no contradiction embedded within it. Okay? So if that's the case, you haven't shown a contradiction. You haven't given a motive as to why your character likely performed this feat, or there's a contradiction of my character performing this feat, so your character is way above this other character that we're talking about. No.
No, the only reason I said this shit about the kicks, like whether or not he'll ever throw anything other than that, was to say you can't assert that he is doing this. You just saying it's possible doesn't matter because you on the assertive. You can't assert something.
I'm not on the assertive. This is a burden flip. You were the one who made this claim originally. You can ask Truth. He literally heard you make this claim originally.
He outspeeds him?
Yes, you were the one who made that claim originally.
Yeah,
I'm being skeptical by saying it's possible she didn't outspeed him for these reasons, so I don't have to prove anything beyond just the possibility itself if you question that.
Yeah, but you said he's under inertia. You kept repeating it. Then you were trying to justify what's causing it. If you can't prove that he's ever doing this other thing, then that can't be why he's under inertia. That doesn't make sense.
No, when you're already moving forward, I said this before, I'm going to say this again. When you're moving forward, your body is already in motion, okay? So your body is being affected by inertia, okay? If I move forward and then someone rushes forward at the same time as me, it's going to be harder for me to just completely evade than if I were not moving whatsoever and then I just dodged after this person came towards me.
Yeah, so all we have right now is that you think, how do you even justify he's moving currently?
He literally ran towards her, or he's fighting her. Why would he not be moving? What are you talking about?
He threw a kick and then he returned his leg to a neutral position. How do you justify he's moving after that?
Look at what he's doing before. He's literally kicking her. He kicks her into the space, and then he says, I can do this. Obviously, I think what's going to happen afterwards is that he's going to go for a second attack, or he's going to move forward to continue fighting her. What do you mean that has nothing to do with what you just said?
Before he does an attack.
For the panel that you sent, she could have done that, but it's also possible that she could have not done that. So you're the one who's asserting it, so I need a reason to believe in yours over the contrary.
No. Your refutation to her not outspeeding him here was, oh, well, he's under inertia. We talked about what's causing the movement. I realized that that's not even necessary because I don't think you can prove he's even moving at all. That's what we are currently. You have to demonstrate he's moving on. Him just being in a fight doesn't matter. I already explained. He lands a kick. That's why he says, I can do this. He's saying I can do this because he just successfully landed a kick to this bitch's face, and it clearly did damage. It's like a mark on her cheek. So none of that means that he has to be dishing out another attack right afterwards, or even that he's fast enough.
What if I literally just drop the claim and say it's possible that he could have been moving there? What if I literally just say that? What's the issue then?
Okay. So the issue is, I say something, I provide a scan, you go, something is possible. You can't at all believe that that refutes anything.
It literally does, because I am giving you skepticism.
Okay,
I
let's
have
move on
a
then.
reason to believe in yours over some contrary. I'm being
Okay,
skeptical.
you think that just okay, let's move on then. If you think that's enough.
Okay, hold on.
What else you got,
No.
man?
Explain that to me. Why is it that I can't say something is possible and be skeptical of your claim? Why can't I do that? What is the issue of that?
You can be skeptical. That's fine. It doesn't get rid of my likelihood that I've established.
Why is yours likely? What is the motive for why we should believe that yours is likely?
I did as explained it 3 or 4 times. Judge, did you hear me when I gave my reasons why I think she's outspeeding with this punch?
Yep.
Okay, I mean, I
Who the fuck
literally
are
just
you,
disagree
Troy?
with you giving successful reasons, but it's fine. We can just move on.
It don't matter. You have the same opinion, Truth. You got the same.
Troy judging too?
Nope.
Yeah,
I'm
using this feed, by the way, with the kick to literally just say Gaku above Asaragi, like completely overall likely.
Yeah, I get it. So where's your scale at? Where'd you put it?
It's above. I'll like send it to you. Hold on. Here's the other thing. The rest of those I can just send you fan book scans because the stats just show that Asaragi has better stats and Gaku also has better stats than all of the guys mentioned afterwards in the scale.
I think as long as I broke apart Gaku over Osaragi, which I think I did, I don't give a fuck about the rest of these niggas. So you want to conclude? Actually, I don't need to give a conclusion. You want to just end the debate?
Hold on, almost done. I just want to send this stuff real quick.
Well, I agree to it. You don't have to send it.
But no, this is important though because if Gaku has better physical capabilities on the stats, then your character who literally has worse physical capabilities on the stats probably loses in a hand-to-hand fight.
Hold on, you already said. Hold on, you sent your scale. You said Gaku being over Osaragi is predicated on fucking the kick.
I know. I'm saying something different now. Like you have to understand that the stats are above, so my character probably beats your character.
Why do you need to give him? Are you not confident that everything you said already was enough to win?
I'm trying to convince you of this scale, though. That's the thing.
I'm never gonna be convinced ever.
Why? That's invincible stubbornness. Just hear a different
doesn't
perspective.
matter.
It's specifically because it's not invincible stuff. I'm not saying there's no way for a nigga to ever convince me, and this is no disrespect, but
Please don't say it.
Why?
Please.
Say it.
Okay.
Go ahead.
He might. Or sorry. I apologize. Oh, genuinely. She might have a problem with it, so I'm not gonna start a problem.
All right. I guess
I'm probably not gonna have a problem with it. If you just think I'm saying something retarded, that's fine. I'm not bothered by it.
No, that's not what I was gonna say.
She's not gonna get her answer.
Wait, Shaad, are you gonna respond to the stats? Or?
Say it.
Troy.
Say it. I'm interested. What did you? I hate when niggas withhold information. What were you gonna say?
Yeah, I don't want to start a problem, but you know
It's
that
not
the game might take it there.
He said she's fine. That's all that matters. Go ahead and say it.
Okay, you want me to say his name?
What do you want to say?
I was gonna say I don't think you're smart enough to convince me of anything ever in my life.
That's literally what I said earlier. Like, why'd you say that's not what you were
that
gonna say?
doesn't mean you're retarded, though. That doesn't mean you're retarded.
I might have a follow-up.
I mean, like, not smart enough, but anyways, it's fine.
Okay, Troy, can we get out the debate first, bro?
Yeah, we can end this. We can end this. It's an hour and 8 minutes. Good debate. GG's.